This is the leading news from the Albuquerque Journal. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Friday, August 14th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. A federal jury in Albuquerque has begun deliberating in the corruption trial of former New Mexico House Majority Leader Cheryl Williams Stapleton and her co-defendant Joseph Johnson. Prosecutors allege the pair conspired to divert more than $2 million in state and federal education funds over 8 years through Johnson's company, Robotics Learning Management Systems. Prosecutors say Stapleton, who worked for Albuquerque Public Schools, approved invoices and helped direct millions of dollars to the company, while allegedly receiving more than $1 million herself. They also allege she used hundreds of company checks to deposit more than $1.1 million into accounts that she controlled. But Stapleton's attorney argued that there's no evidence the two defendants had an agreement to defraud taxpayers. Johnson's attorney likewise said her client was a victim who didn't know Stapleton was misusing his company's money. Stapleton and Johnson each face 37 federal charges, including bribery, fraud, and money laundering. Stapleton also faces 28 criminal charges in state court, with that trial scheduled to begin on October 5th. The Frijoles fire in the Pecos wilderness stopped growing Wednesday after rapidly expanding nearly 8,000 acres. The lightning-caused blaze, which started at about 10 acres on August 4th, is now the largest wildfire burning in New Mexico. Forest Service crews took advantage of more moderate fire behavior on Wednesday to move towards 1% containment. Firefighters are now reinforcing the western and northwestern edges of the fire and preparing defenses around the Gorham Boy Scout Ranch and the community of Cudayo. Crews are also using Forest Roads 306 and 424 as natural barriers to help contain the fire. Officials say firefighters may use more direct tactics to extinguish portions of the fire when conditions allow. The blaze has threatened communities including Cudayo, Cerro Peñon, Chimayo, and Cordova, and smoke has reached as far as Santa Fe and Taos. Fire officials say the fire's remote location in the Pecos wilderness has contributed to its rapid growth, making it difficult for crews to reach. Firefighters and nearby communities are now hoping for forecast precipitation in the coming days to help slow the fire. Albuquerque is launching a new program aimed at putting the city's vacant properties to work for residents. The Available City Properties program includes an interactive website listing 188 city-owned properties available for sale or lease. 14 are currently under contract. Listings include property size, prices, zoning, and potential use, ranging from housing and commercial development to recreation and agriculture. The program was inspired in part by a community garden near the Loma Linda Community Center. The city leased the vacant lot to the Samila project for just $1 a year. Over the past year, the garden has produced about 3 tons of vegetables, saving local families an estimated $4,000. Mayor Tim Keller says the city wants to create more partnerships like that one, allowing community groups to use vacant land at minimal cost for projects such as gardens, event spaces, and food truck operations. City officials say the goal is to prevent properties from sitting unused while communities face rising land costs and a need for more housing. The program will eventually expand to include vacant city buildings as well. And U.S. Representative Melanie Stansbury met with Albuquerque's Roadrunner Food Bank this week to discuss rising food insecurity in New Mexico. The food bank says demand surged 79% in January compared with the same month last year, as thousands of New Mexicans have lost SNAP benefits following federal cuts. Officials say more than 10,000 children are in households that no longer receive SNAP, and Stansbury is calling for the cuts to be reversed and says addressing hunger will require stronger SNAP benefits, universal school meals, and state funding for food banks. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect sunny skies with a high near 94, and as for this evening, there's a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms before 9 p.m., partly cloudy with a low around 67. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back on Monday.